Namaste everyone, this is Dr. Revolution again. So in today's video we are going to talk about the living expenses here in Dubai, UAE. So please watch so you'll have a better idea on how much the expense is going to be if you are going to be living here in the future.
So the major expense for the living expense would be your rental. So rental is quite costly here in Dubai. So actually it will depend on two major factors. There are a lot of factors, but these are the two major factors. So one would be the location that you are going to live in. For example, let's say if you are going to live in a marina area. So in the marina area, the rent is obviously quite high because of the facilities they have surrounding that area. And for example, if you are living farther away from the city, let's say you're going to Sharjah area that is near the border of Dubai. So in Sharjah, rent is comparatively cheaper than here in Dubai. So one factor is that. The second factor would be the type of room that you would be renting. So here are different kinds of rooms. So number one, the kind of room, the cheapest one is bed space. So bed space is typically like in a single room there will be like 4 or 5 double-decker beds, and one of the space in the bed would be yours. So everything is shared, the kitchen, the bathroom and everything will be shared, and of course there will be other people living around you as well. So for that, usually the cost, it can be as low as, like if you go farther away, low as 300 you can get it. If you are going deeper into the city, it can be up to, I have seen up to 850. So it could be obviously higher, no? So that is number one. And for the number two would be your partition room. So partition room is usually what they do is a big room, they will just partition it and make it a small rooms with one bed in it and with a small cupboard for you. So that partition room could be anywhere in the budget of, let's say, 1500 to up to 2000 you can get. It can be lower, like 1300, 1200, and again location plays a major factor. So the another kind of room would be your let's say if it's a big partition room, usually the big partition room are usually available in one bedroom hall. So in one bedroom hall, what they do is there will be master bedroom and there will be a hall room. In the hall room they will put a partition there, so the partition, and they will make it a separate room. So now it becomes two room, one is the master room and the another one is the partition room. So the big partition room would go around like 2000 to 2500. So depends actually on the location again. And the another would be master bedroom. The master bedroom usually has attached bathroom in it. So let's say for example, if you are planning to get attached bathroom with the master room with attached bathroom, it can cost you 2500 to 3000 plus if the location. So yeah, that's these kind of rooms are usually inclusive of DEWA, which is Department of Electricity and Water Authority. So meaning you don't have to pay separately for those, including internet. So that is the benefit of this kind of rooms. So for example, let's say you're coming with a family and you don't want to share your room with anyone and you want to get a studio unit. So a studio unit would typically cost you, like, I'm only talking about monthly basis. Of course if you take it yearly it will be cheaper, but for a monthly basis, let's say it would be around 2800 to 3500, up to 3500 maximum it can go. So also depending on location. And in the disadvantage about the studio unit is that the water you'll have to pay separately, the electricity also you'll have to pay for your own internet. So of course on top of that, the budget of 2800 or 3000 plus, there will be additional water, electricity and internet. And there is another kind of room, one bedroom, two bedroom, you can go as higher as how many bedrooms you want, no? So we'll not go more into detail of that. So for the one bedroom is usually 3500 to 4000, you can get a decent one bedroom in a decent location. So that is around 3000 to 3500 to 4000. So plus electricity, water and internet again, no? So this is the major expense that you'll have to bear in Dubai, UAE, because rental is quite high in here. So the other kind of expenses we'll be talking further in the next section. The next expense that you would incur is, of course, you need to eat. You're going to live, you need to eat, no? So let's say for food, what will happen is there are many options available. So for example, if you want to cook on your own, you can do that, for example. But if you're living in a bed space, that will be quite difficult, given that you'll be sharing a lot of space, and some of the bed space might not allow you to cook. So for example, if you're living in a partition area, you might have to share the kitchen with a lot of other people living in the partition area as well. So yeah, actually depends, no. So there is this one system in Dubai, I think it's back in your country also, I'm not sure. It's called mess food. Mess food means typically what the idea of mess is that they will provide you food every day in a, let's say, in a monthly basis. So meal for 2 times. So the prices can range from around 300 to 500 dirhams for a month for 2 meals per day. So yeah, the mess option. But of course, the mess option, the disadvantage is that you will not get the food you want. So of course, whatever they cook, you'll have to eat it, no. So that is number one. So for example, a mess option would be around 300 to 500 dirhams per month. And the second option would be like if you cook yourself, I mean not cook yourself, I mean if you plan to cook by yourself, then what it will usually cost you, like grocery and given everything, I think anywhere between 500 to 800 would be more than enough. Now if you whatever you want to eat, more than enough for a single person. 500 to 800, I'm still putting a little bit higher budget on that, no. Yeah, and of course, if you want to eat outside eating, if you're planning to eat outside, is there are options. There will be cheaper options, but of course it comes with gastritis, no. But there are options. Of course, you can get biryani for like 10 to 12 dirhams. If you're going to eat biryani morning, evening, before sleeping, whenever you want to eat, that's still, like, if you can digest it, why not, no. Not healthy, but why not. So yeah, that's biryani will cost you around 12 dirhams. But if you eat daily outside, of course that will be more expensive, no. Like you cannot eat biryani all day and survive on that, so it will be more expensive. So around, let's say, a budget of 500 to 800 typically for a person, if you're planning to cook on your own, no. So that would be enough. So the third expense would be on your transportation. So of course, for the transportation in Dubai, if you are planning to use a public transportation, you will need something called NOL card. I'm not sure if you can see, this is the NOL card, no. So NOL card, you can use this in bus, you can use this in metro, and you can use this in taxis as well. So this will usually cost you around like 25 dirhams when you buy it. There will be some purchase value in it. I'll not get into the details of that. So usually for a short distance trip, it will cost you 3 dirhams. Doesn't matter how short it is. If you get in, get out, 3 dirhams, you pay that. So depending on, like, if you there are a lot of factors in it, no. So for the transportation, if you can actually recharge this, and you can have an option of having it monthly. So 350 dirhams unlimited travel, no. So for this NOL card, but for this you need an Emirates ID. So if you do not have an Emirates ID, you can still get this card, but you will not have a monthly option of 350 dirhams for unlimited use. So for example, if initially when I came here, of course I did not have Emirates ID, so I had to use this like on a daily basis. So of course the transportation would go quite high because I needed to travel frequently. But if you're not traveling frequently, around 300 dirhams to 500 dirhams, even lesser than that would still be fine. For me, I was traveling frequently, so it cost me around almost 1000 to 1200 dirhams just to go to work and get back, because my working distance was quite far in the beginning. So yeah, that is one of the another expense also. And of course, like, there could be a lot of other small expenses. I'm not getting into the detail of those because initially, like, if you plan to come here, the rental is the most important thing. The second would be your food, and the third would be your transport. So this is the general idea of living accommodation cost here in Dubai, UAE. So you can plan accordingly. So I hope you like the video. If you liked it, do not forget to like, subscribe, and follow. All right, thank you. Have a great day.